welcome into another episode of the Delco Duo. Saturday nights on PHL 17. I'm one half of the Delco Duo, Monica crying.
Top of the night to you.
Top of the night. Straight from... What's a good city in Ireland to be from?
I've never been to Ireland, so I can't tell you. I've never left Delco, honestly.
Philly, Ireland...
It's a little bit of the Irish jig.
Yeah.
Was that good?
That's a good one.
I'm Jenna Meisner. Other half of the Delco Duo have not an ounce of Irish to me.
Wild.
Not one single ounce.
That's wild to be from Delco and not be Irish.
I'm German and Italian. That stops there.
That's good, though, because there are a lot of Germans in Pennsylvania, but that's more west. Mm-hmm. It's more west.
Yeah. I traveled.
Usually
I traveled through the
You sure you're not
lands
Amish?
Of no,
You
I'm
sure
not
you're not Amish?
That would be our dear friend Kelsey.
Yeah.
Kelsey Fabian. But yes, it's our St. Patrick's Day show. I know that St. Patrick's Day technically is Monday, but celebrations happen all weekend long, so why not celebrate with the Delco Duo?
Yes, we're going to have a lot of fun this show, starting with the debrief.
So your scarf was a gift.
Yes.
For how talented we are.
Yes.
Oh, you got it?
Here we go. They gave
You're
it to us.
derobing. We're 2 minutes into the show
I know,
and you're already
already
taking your clothes off.
Ooh, our favorite place to stop at every time it comes to 'tis the season.
McDade Carr School of Irish Dance in Newtown Square. They somehow invited us back. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea to welcome us back after the last time we danced there. So take a look.
We're at McDade Carr. We're at our studio in Edgemont, Newtown Square. The school was founded in 1962. I have been teaching for 25 years. Yeah, I just celebrated that anniversary, and I have to say, it's been filled with memories. It went by in a blink, and I think it's true. When you're doing something you love, like time flies when you're having fun.
I'm feeling very out of shape.
Students range from probably age 3 to college, 250 students at the moment. Yeah, so it keeps us busy. The job is to make it look easy, and it's not. Like it requires grace and athleticism. The dancers have to be proficient in like a soft shoe and a hard shoe. While they enjoy it and make it look easy, it's not as easy as it looks sometimes.
Yep, already. Oh, okay. You always get this so quickly. Jeez Louise, you girls move fast. Oh, yes. Okay, here we go. Let's go. I'm gonna look in the mirror. Oh my gosh! I did it wrong and I'm out of breath.
Yep.
Legs are still on fire.
Calves are burning, and you have to be a very ambidextrous person to be an Irish dancer because everything happens on both sides.
Right.
You don't have a strong
Like
side.
you can't favor.
Right.
Yeah.
It has to be both legs are working, and I'm not ambidextrous.
And both sides of your brain have to be working.
Yeah, but I only got one side of my brain.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely same. But you know what's so interesting too? Remember that video of Kylie Kelsey last year when she just got out there at Townhouse and just started doing the Irish jig with
But
them
she
all?
was an Irish dancer.
Oh, she was?
I think she was.
Oh,
I think
okay.
that was the backstory. I don't think she just... I'm pretty sure she was an Irish dancer.
That makes so much more sense. I was like, how did she just go with it?
Well, you have to have a little liquid courage, which obviously we did not have liquid courage
No.
because we were at
Maybe-
a professional establishment.
Maybe that would be helpful.
But
Next
at
time.
like an Irish pub,
Bam,
you don't want
boom.
to catch these feet. These feet will be moving quick.
So I just looked this up, and this is a failure on Philly's part. Philly does not have a sister city in Ireland. We need one. Philly needs a sister
Maybe we
city.
bring that to Philadelphia. We'll go find one in Ireland, and we'll bring it back.
Galway, I nominate.
Oh, I love the song. I
Galway
say
Girl.
Galloway. Galloway.
Galway girl.
That's like down the shore. Galloway.
Galway Township.
Galloway Girl by Ed Sheeran.
No.
It's an Irishman.
It's
Is he
Galway.
Irish or is he British? He's London? I don't
I think he's British.
The other day I said something like, this isn't Peaky Blinders. And you're like,
Yeah.
that takes place in London.
Yeah.
But they're Irish.
Right, they are. But yeah, Galway Girl, you like that song?
Yep.
It's a goodie. It's a good song.
All right, let's get to what we're here to do. We're here to solve your problems on the Delco Duo. First one tonight coming to you anonymously, Lily from Lima.
I hate the way my husband gives our kids a bath, but I don't want to micromanage his parenting. This is really, really tough. I would say, unless your husband is putting your kids in danger, because baths can be a bit dangerous. Like, if you feel like it's dangerous to leave your husband with the kids in the bath, other than that, yeah, you can't micromanage.
I think so. In the beginning, I did all the baths, and not because Tate didn't want to do them. I just felt like I did a better job. So, like, from newborn to 9 months, I want to say, like, I did most of the baths, and it was just because preference-wise. Now we switch on and off because the bath parent, you're soaked. Your back,
miserable.
your
Your
back
back.
is killing you. And with a toddler, it's just a lot harder than when they're in the little newborn bath.
Yeah.
So we switch on and off. But I do have to say, there's always a little part of my brain like, did you get under his arms? Did you get in his ears? And I'm always like thinking
Yes.
that. But because I don't want to be the default parent when it comes to the bathing, I just accept it. I just trust that he's gotten all the parts and he's cleaned everything.
I think that's what you really need to do, let go and let God at that point. Like, if you really do not want to be the bath default parent, it is a miserable life. It is. Everybody in movies who made bath time look like it was an angelic part of the
It is when
bedtime
when they
routine.
can't do anything but basically sleep in the bath. When they're real little, like newborn baths are a breeze.
I hated it from the beginning, from newborn time, because you're like trying to be gentle with this like very fragile, and sometimes they end up screaming.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? 'Cause,
Yeah.
like they get the
It's
least
cold.
bit
They're cold.
and they're screaming, and then they pee everywhere. You got to release the bath, but keep them warm. But then you're trying not to get everything soaked
It's
in
a
the middle.
formula.
It is. It's just so miserable. So I hated giving babies, toddlers. I hate giving just kids in general. Right now, my 3 to 5 year olds, it is so miserable. There is water everywhere. They're screaming
That's
because
the thing.
they don't want to get water in their eyes.
The splashing. Splashing gets everywhere. And Tate doesn't, if he does give the bath, he leaves all the toys in there.
Yeah.
So like then I have to go in, squeeze out all, because
Yeah.
you don't want to get mold in the toys. So I'm squeezing out all the toys. And if I they're having a bath and I walk by, he does let the water get high, and he knows bath safety. He's
Right.
right there. He's not going to let anything happen. But our son thinks it's funny when like the water is getting high.
yeah.
So, he plays into that. And
Right.
those are my biggest complaints.
So I would just let it go a little bit. You have to remember, if your kid is in water, they're getting clean. Like, you don't have to like scrub every inch of them.
But if Cruz needs a real good bath, I'm going to be the one to do it.
exactly, they only need a good bath once a week. A real good bath. Let 'em
Is that why you smell so bad? All right, coming up next, we're talking about who you'd want to sit next to on a really long flight. Stay with us.
And welcome back to the Delco Duo. We're halfway through March, but you so graciously reminded us
I remembered.
it's March Madness.
March Madness. And I think it's because Selection Sunday, and I was like, oh my gosh, the Delco Duo, every year we have our own fun bracket. We've done bars. Last year we
Pizza.
did pizza. So drum roll.
For this year, we
year.
decided to do diners.
And you said this, like we are still in the midst of pizza.
Last year.
And you're like, you know what? I want to do diners next year. So
Yes.
you ask, you shall receive, Monica. We will do diners.
So excited. I know you don't love diners.
I used to love diners, but then I heard a couple of horror stories about the cleanliness of diners. I still love diners, don't get me wrong, but there's always in the back of my mind.
Yeah, I love diners. We'll go every other week to like a diner. That's our like go-to spots for breakfast. So send us your favorite Delco diner, the one that you love to go to that you think is the best, that deserves all the accolades. So then what we'll do is we'll put it in bracket form, and then we're gonna send it out on our social medias, mostly Instagram, and then you can vote for which one you think is the best. We put them up against each other.
It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
And then the winner just gets to be the winner. These businesses don't even know that they're a part of our bracket.
Yes, and then all of a sudden.
They win the Delco Duo March Madness bracket.
I think that's what makes it.
We need to get little trophies and just go to these places, and they'll be like, "Who are you? What did I win?
Like, what is the Delco Duo?" So my favorites, we go to the Springfield Diner a lot.
Okay,
That's where we
that
go.
menu is the biggest menu I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, and then we order the same thing every time. They have a very good selection of
Is
desserts.
Manella's technically Delco? It's like Wayne.
That's Wayne Villanova.
I love Manella's, but I don't know.
That's a goodie.
I don't know if that's technically Delco. I think it is, right?
Well, we'll see. Let me Google it and see.
Okay.
Aston Diner is delicious. Like their food is so good. And then Court Diner and Media is just our like go-to spot. And especially with the grandparents, we'll go to all the time.
We used to go to the Country Squire a lot.
Yeah.
That's one right off
Delish.
Westchester Pike. So there's a lot of good diners. So we'll be asking you in the next coming days to give us ideas and who you want to see. So
I'm
look out for
excited.
it on social media if you're on Instagram.
And then Jenna and I will go check out the last two.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what we did last year. We had pizza,
checked out
and
the
Pika's
last two.
won. Pika's won the
Pika's,
pizza.
yep.
And Delco Duo at PHL17.com. If you're not on social media, but you would like to nominate your favorite diner in Delco Duo, PHL17.com. That's how you can do that.
All right, let's get to our second issue. And this one is not an issue that was sent to us, but I saw this and I thought it was interesting. So if you're on a 10-hour flight, where do you want to sit in this? You can leave this up for a little bit. So we've got some celebrities here.
Also athletes like Caitlin Clark and
Yes.
Biles.
Would you want to sit in seat 5?
Well, I got to think about this. You're asking me right off the top of it here. We've got Sabrina Carpenter, Olivia Rodrigo.
I think that's where I'm going.
Oh, I was going to say,
That's where I'm going.
we're so basic.
Yeah, but
Why-
they're so fun.
Taylor Swift, Mindy
Kaling.
Kaling, that would be a
That
funny
would
flight.
be my second choice. You know where I'm not sitting, and I'm sorry.
Where?
Number 4, next to Beyonce and Zendaya. Boring flight. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't think Beyonce would talk to you.
Beyonce's not going to talk
Yeah,
to me.
she wouldn't. She would not talk to you.
Like, she's just not going to talk to me. Jane Fonda, I don't think is going to really offer me much. I'm sorry.
My eyes.
She's sitting next to Quinta Brunson. So 10. So Jane Fonda sitting next to Quinta Brunson, but the problem is Jane Fonda's in between me and Quinta Brunson.
You need her to be on the window.
Yes, I want to sit middle.
I
there.
think that I want to sit between Sabrina Carpenter and Olivia Rodrigo because I just want all the tea of what happened. Like their love triangle forced them both into the spotlight with their music, and I love their music, and I want to know what happened.
So a 10-hour flight, but I did like that one with Taylor Swift and Mindy Kaling.
That's an interesting pairing to put next to each other.
But I think they're both geniuses. Like Mindy Kaling to me is a comedic genius. I love her because she wrote a lot of the scenes from The Office.
Yeah.
She wrote a lot of The Office episodes, and then she went on and made that whole show, the Mindy Project. I think it was.
I
called.
remember that.
That was a really
that.
funny show.
See, I'm just like not that invested. I know obviously who she is, and I know she's in The Office and some of her things, but I'm not invested in her as like a celebrity.
Yeah, I really am, and I think I would really like to pick her brain about like what it's like, and not even just pick her brain because I'm sure that would be very, very boring for her to sit on a 10-hour flight like that, but just like just see if she's naturally funny or if it's more her being put into scenes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Taylor Swift, me and her could just talk about.
She would be nice, I feel like, to anyone that was sitting next to her.
Yeah.
Like she would just talk to you and not be like I'm a major worldwide
Yeah,
celebrity.
I don't think I would talk to her about like boyfriends or anything. I think we would just have a nice, like, how's your house doing in Newport, Rhode Island, or
Just
wherever.
a normal
it is.
conversation.
Yeah, we would just have a normal.
I would like to sit also between Caitlin Clark and Simone Biles.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
I think that's a
good one.
that's a really good seat too.
Because they're just.
Maybe some of their
Goats.
athleticism would rub off on me, and I'd come off being a gold medalist or something.
Yeah, it was just the goats. They are. Yeah. I mean, really, it's just so amazing. So that's another one.
Yeah, it's a great one. All right, coming up next on the Delco Duo, we've got one of our own issues to talk about. So
Okay.
stay with us. Welcome back to the Delco Duo, Saturday night on PHL 17. Gone the whole show and haven't mentioned the fact that you've got your gum on top of your cup there. Is that where you normally store your chewed gum?
Mm-hmm. On top of your cup.
This is going to be very exposing.
I feel like that might be a Delco thing. Like, just.
You want to hear about a Delco thing? Sorry, Mom. My mom has this little dish, and it's in a drawer in the kitchen. And it's her gum drawer, and it has like, you know, different gums in it. But throughout the day, if she like takes her gum out, she'll just put it in her little gum dish and come back to it.
That's really smart.
She chews the same gum pretty much for most of the day.
Ooh.
That's disgusting, Mom.
The
Love
whole
you.
day? No, I
she
usually
doesn't-
chew a piece of gum for like an hour.
She's got a mixture. So she does bazooka. I think she's keeping
cannot
bazooka in business. She gets it shipped because she can't find it.
How does she have?
So
jaw-
sugar-free
her jaw
bazooka.
muscles must be.
Orbit.
Yeah, that's good.
she-
That's legit.
Yeah, she'll combine those, and then sometimes it would be Trident. But yeah, she makes a gum concoction, and much like that.
No, I'll have one piece of gum, and then in between, like during commercial breaks, I'll just chew quick, and then real quick. Thank you.
Yeah. And if you like, that's like a thing that my mom, like all of her friends know. She does it. All of our family talks about it. It's just her gum drawer.
And so I feel like that's the only reason that this would probably gross you out so
no,
much
it doesn't.
more.
I didn't
and
care.
it doesn't gross
It
you out.
doesn't. And I just noticed it there. But like my sister, my oldest sister, oh my God, she can't stand it. She's like, it sends her over the top.
Why
But
waste a piece of gum when you can save it?
she's a national treasure.
Save a piece of gum. Put it on top of your cup.
Or in a drawer in your
In a
kitchen.
drawer.
All right, let's get to your issue, Monica.
All right.
What's Monica crying about?
This is, if this was an adult that did this, it would totally be called out. Everybody would agree with me. But it is a child that did this, and so I'm a bit conflicted about how I feel. So I went to the library. You know, I love going to the library with my kids. Delco Library Systems, we love you. And we get there, and there's this kid running around, which is fine. You know, we love going to the kids section. My kids run around too.
Yeah.
They play. You know, it's not just about taking books out. It's about playing.
No, it's totally about the play.
This kid gets there and just throws his shoes off, doesn't have socks on, and is just running around the library.
Okay.
And I have a picture of it.
Wow.
No socks.
You really have a photo of this. Okay.
No socks, no shoes.
Did you take this photo because you wanted to be like, show like your
Yes,
husband?
I wanted to show you.
You wanted to show me. Okay.
I immediately
was in
saw
mind.
this and was like,
Well, 'cause
Jenna,
Yeah.
what's happening? I just thought that was, you can have
Yeah.
socks on. If you want to run around in a library without shoes on, fine, have socks.
This is a parenting thing for me. Like I'm not parent shaming anybody if maybe your mom is watching this or your dad, whoever was with you, but that's a parenting thing. Like,
I don't think
the kids don't want to wear their shoes sometimes. They want to take them off. And, you know, when Cruz visited us here, remember he took his shoes off? He had his socks on.
That's fine.
Well, we were doing a gym segment. And so he was like, I know I can't be on the gym mat. But again, like for me, I'd be like, you have to put your shoes on. Kids, I feel like kids just take their shoes off.
Yeah.
They don't like the feeling of it.
And I guess that's right. And I guess that's the thing is I know a lot of kids.
What was the parent doing?
Just
Like it was normal.
normal.
Okay.
And I get it. And I know some households are very much shoes off.
Yeah.
But I think that
But not
this
in
is a public library.
Not in a public place.
Yeah. I just was like,
But I guess there's no harm to it, like harm to the kids' foot or feet, of course. Like you can get some weird fungus, but I don't think
Right.
there's like harm to.
Well, if he's getting a weird fungus, so are my kids. But I guess my kids' shoes are on. But
I would have more of a problem if they were like laying back, like rubbing their feet on things. Like he was just on the carpet, or was he like?
no,
picking
he would jump
toys?
on the chair. He was active, which is fine. I'm not judging. He was an active kid. He was jumping on the chairs. He was jumping on the couch, like they had a couch. And so that's what I'm wondering is, you know, we always say we're not judgmental as parents, but in the back of your mind, you're always like, what is happening?
And it's like it goes both ways. Like I'm sure there's things that I've done in public where people are like,
Right.
why is that mom doing that? Like
Yeah.
I think again, parent shaming is so no.
No,
You
don't
can't
parent
do it.
shame.
You can't do it. That
But where
we're
does it
all
end?
we're all internally
Yeah.
parent shaming.
Yeah.
It's just you don't really say it.
So let me know, Delco Duo at PHL17. I want to know what you think. Is it okay to take your shoes off and socks off at a public library? If it's a kid, if he feels comfortable, you know what I mean? If
I mean,
that's what
you could
helps
always-
him feel comfortable.
It's hard to judge a book
know.
without a cover. Like, you know, for some kids, it could be a sensory issue. Like, you don't
Yeah.
like the feeling of clothes or you don't like the feeling of shoes. And I 100% get that. But if that's not the case, then no, you should keep your shoes on.
Right. Maybe it was a sensory issue, but okay. Okay.
Coming up next, we've got our Delco trivia. Monica, this one is so cool.
Yes. Freshman wrestler Neve O'Byrne won the first girls PIAA wrestling championship in Delco history. From what high school? All right. Neve O'Byrne won the first PIAA wrestling championship in Delco history. We are so proud of her. What high school?
Garnet Valley.
They've got a lot of athletes.
Women's History Month, too.
Love it.
So Garnet Valley, the Alumni Association was posting about this. It was also in the Delco Times about her. There she is. And yeah, it's the first boy or girl to win
Right.
first. So
That's
like
what's
it's
so
it's
cool
not
about
even
this.
just the fact that she's a female. It's the
first
first
girl.
boy or girl for this particular championship. So that is so
Just
amazing.
making us so proud.
And you're a big wrestling family.
Yes.
Your brother wrestled. I don't know a ton
My
about
dad
this.
wrestled. My pop-up wrestled.
Oh my, you got a long line of wrestlers. Your son better wrestle. If your son doesn't wrestle,
He should wrestle.
or even Josephine, Neve can teach her a
Yes,
thing or
I know.
two.
Neve can do. Hello.
But from my understanding, it is a really tough sport. That doesn't get
so-
enough.
It's so
Doesn't
hard.
get enough. You know.
Yes.
Like credit.
And I think all wrestlers would agree, and wrestler families, they're just intense. They're intense people.
Well,
they're
when you're
different.
like hand-on-hand combat,
Yeah.
I feel like you gotta be.
They're just
intense.
different. Kind of kooky.
Well, not Neve.
Not
Neve,
Neve.
we're not saying you're kooky, girl. But
they are. They're just different. They're a different breed. And
this is so
congratulations
amazing.
to
And
you.
well, how cool for Garnet Valley.
I know.
Really cool. So awesome. Thank you. Somebody actually sent that in to us to let us know about that. So anytime that you want to like praise
Love that.
somebody for doing something amazing in Delco, Delco Duo at PHL17.com is the way to do that. And that's also how you send us all of your issues and your problems.
Absolutely. And then I think
Diners.
Send us your favorite diners.
We've got a lot of assignments for you at home.
Bye. Have a happy St. Patrick's Day.